Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Amy Carr Hilton and I know firsthand the hardships of figuring out how to recover from chronic pain and other chronic symptoms on our own. So I'm inviting you here to explore our pain mastery together because it is you who has the greatest power to influence your own pain healing. And I really want to share this experience with you. Hi guys. So today I just wanted to talk a little about communication and relationships. I have been having difficulty lately. I've had a pretty big transition in my work life, and I've been having trouble adjusting to that. And I've been having a lot of trouble asking for the help that I need as I adjust to that. So this is a kind of a realization I had this weekend when my partner and I decided to go for a hike. And it was a beautiful sunny day, and I started walking uphill, and it was an easy hike, but I just didn't have the capacity because I have been using so much capacity to just show up for all the newness in my life right now. In addition to longer work hours, I've also done my usual thing I do this time of year where I say yes to a whole bunch of organized fun things, but it ends up being too much for me. And it's something that I do every year. I haven't learned that lesson yet. Maybe one of these days I'll learn. Maybe next year will be my September where I don't feel like I overfill my schedule. But anyways, I started walking uphill and I just couldn't do it. I just did not have the capacity. I was out of breath. I was dizzy. I was, getting all of the symptoms of central sensitization. No pain, but I was getting a lot of other symptoms. I was getting heart racing, shortness of breath, headache, tunnel vision, and my guts were in a knot. And so I stopped and I told my partner that I just can't do this today. And we had a good conversation eventually, but his reaction made me feel defensive, and like he doesn't understand what I'm going through, which is actually true because I haven't been good at communicating lately about what my needs are and about what these changes are doing to me. I was just trying to deal with it on my own. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that because it is a really important piece. People who love us aren't always going to understand what we're going through. And the best that we can do is to be really clear about what our boundaries are in our relationships, and to ask for what we need from those who want to be there for us. When someone lets you know that they want to show up for you, you need to tell them how they can show up for you, because what they think is going to be helpful might not be. Often people will think it's helpful to make suggestions on treatments or recommend this great practitioner that they saw who did some voodoo magic on them, or this great surgeon that they saw that probably can help you too. People have so many different ideas. And Dave, my partner's first thing he says anytime I'm feeling a little off is, you need to go see a doctor. And I've been there, I've been through the whole thing, and he knows this. And I get that he's just concerned about me, because that's the other thing I talk a lot about in Empowered Pain Mastery is when we get into week 7, we go through a whole week module of coming to terms with how to be in our relationships and how to communicate, and to come to some understanding that the people who love us are scared, just like we are, about our health. My partner gets worried when he sees me not at my optimal health. And that's a wonderful thing, although it can feel smothering, it can feel judgmental, it can feel critical. And so that's where we need to kind of settle into ourselves, figure out what our needs are, establish boundaries, and communicate really clearly what we need from those who want to be there for us. So that's what I want to go through today, is a tapping session, some emotional freedom technique, some tapping. Tapping is just literally this. It doesn't have to be intense. It can be slower too, if you want to go slower. And different days, you might feel like doing it differently at different paces, at different impacts. You might want to be really light, you might want to be more firm different days. The points are the first one, second one, third one. It's just the wrists. Fourth, top of the head. Fifth, sixth, temples. Seventh, eighth, and ninth. And honor what's right for you in the moment when it comes to tapping. If you just want to place a hand there, you can always do that as well. Or you can just visualize that you're tapping. Or you can even massage if that feels better for you than tapping. You can always do that. And yeah, it's always all about honoring what your needs are in the moment. And I have a little bit of a cold starting right now. Another sign that I've taken on too much. So I was thinking I would just play a lesson that I have in Empowered Pain Mastery so you can see a little bit about what's in there as well. So I'm just going to share my screen here. So here you can see this is the dashboard or the homepage of Empowered Pain Mastery. Yeah, we've got like all the modules weekly here, which if you open them up, you go into the days, and then each day has lessons. But I think actually what we'll do is we'll just scroll down here because I know that we're going into module 7. So yeah, we've got every week we've got kind of a theme that we're focusing on, and every week is laid out in days of lessons. So week 7, we are focusing on the people we know and the places we go, our relationships, our communication. And where is the tapping session that I wanted to do? Here we go. Tapping for conflict resolution. And this doesn't have to be like you've had a fight with somebody. Like with Dave, it was a breakdown of communication. And it was a good reminder for me having that little bit of conflict. It was a reminder that I have lost touch a little bit about what my needs are and communicating that with him. And he was great. I mean, when we finally did talk about it, he just said, just tell me before we leave for the day, like how you're feeling. And I don't always know, but I did kind of know yesterday. I could have asked to do something a lot more low key. I could have asked to just go have a picnic at the river, and he would have been happy to do that. So, because my needs from him are really quality time. That's what I really need. And sometimes I feel like that should be something active because that's what he wants to do. But if I don't have the capacity, I don't have the capacity. So if I ask him to just come for a picnic at the river with me and we can have a snack, watch the salmon as they get picked off by eagles right now because they're all done spawning and dying, and just enjoy some sunshine and some nature, and we'd both enjoy that. So that was another piece too for me, is I had to kind of let go of this idea that I have to always be able to do what he wants to do. It's not all about him. And that's the pressure that I put on myself. That's not coming from him. So it all turned out really well. But this tapping for conflict resolution, it's not necessarily about like helping a relationship out because you're fighting. It's more about internal conflict, not really understanding what your own needs are, and conflict in how you decide what your needs are and how you share them with others. So let's get into that. Yeah, because my voice is kind of leaving me right now. My throat's a bit sore. I am going to just play this, and I don't think I can mute myself or you won't hear this. So I am not going to repeat after me in the practice. I'll let you just go through it. Otherwise, I think this could get complicated. But yeah, tapping for conflict resolution. In EPM, in the tapping sessions, we have the whole script here. So when you get really used to doing it, you can just read through the script instead of having me talk you through it if you prefer that. But we will be guided by my voice. And I'll hit play. Come to a comfortable seat. Maybe you want to sit on the floor. Maybe you choose a chair. That's totally up to you. Taking a breath in, feeling your ribcage expand with your breath, and feel the exhale as it leaves your body. And just keep breathing here, feeling the sensation of your breath as it moves in and out. Choosing peace instead of conflict is sometimes harder than it seems. And the reason is that our subconscious mind is creating conflict and stress, thinking that it's trying to find a solution. There are many ways that we typically choose conflict instead of peace, and it can affect everything from our relationships, our work, how we show up in the world, how we find space to look after ourselves, and much, much more. Maybe you experience anxiety about resolving issues. Maybe you're overtaken by fear. Perhaps you act defensively or are trying to prove a point. Maybe everyone seems to be an enemy. And maybe you're just feeling grouchy or pushy. Conflict doesn't really get us anywhere. So dive into this tap to cultivate peace within yourself. That way, you can show up to any perceived challenges with clearer purpose, effectiveness, and an open heart. So begin tapping or massaging the point below your collarbones. And this doesn't need to be hard or soft. The pressure doesn't really matter. Just do what feels right for you and feel the sensation of the tapping or massage through your fingertips to the point on your body you're tapping. And continue tapping here and just repeat after me. I see that I've been in a lot of conflict. This has been overwhelming for me. I feel really stuck around this issue. Even though I've been in a lot of conflict, I forgive myself for this struggle. And take a nice big deep breath and sigh it out. And continue repeating after me. Even though I don't know how to figure this out, and I feel so troubled, I know that I'm still a good person. I love and deeply accept myself. And it's possible I'm still worthy of love. Tune into what the conflict feels like for you. Where do you feel it in your body? How do you feel it in your heart? And what's going on in your mind? Get really familiar with the conflict and the sensation in your body of conflict so that you can really heal it. The only way to heal it is to bring this presence to it right now. So tune into it, feel it, and take a big deep breath and sigh. And tapping now at the point at the center of your chest. Repeat after me. I forgive myself for feeling troubled by this. I really want to find a solution, but I don't know how to find the solution. Part of me feels like I need to fight for it. So tune into that edge within you that makes you feel like you need to fight for it, to defend it, to prove something. Really let yourself feel that reactivity to the conflict. Feel the reactivity to the challenge that's taking place and notice that fight response. Just tune into that attack, that fighting aspect that comes up when you're feeling conflicted. Repeating after me, it's totally understandable to want to defend and fight back. Part of me really wants to fight for this. I feel like my needs are not being met. I feel violated. I feel unheard. I feel disrespected. Moving the tapping to your inner wrists. What do you feel? Just name the top 3 things that you feel as a result of this particular challenge. And say it out loud. I feel what? The 3 things you feel around this conflict. I feel, and finish the sentence. And one more time. I feel. And what does it feel like in your body to feel this way, to feel these emotions? Allow yourself to give yourself some compassion for having these feelings right now, because they're really uncomfortable, aren't they? So just give yourself some compassion for that struggle and those uncomfortable feelings. Just hold them in the arms of your love right now. Give that discomfort some empathy. And hold those 3 feelings and finish the sentence. I forgive myself for feeling. I forgive myself for feeling. I forgive myself for feeling. And repeating, I'm just trying to protect myself because I don't feel safe. It's understandable I've been feeling this way, even though I wish I wasn't feeling this way. I'm still a good person. I'm still worthy of love. I'm ready to move through this. It's possible if I forgive myself, I'll be more free. And begin tapping now on top of your head. What do you need to forgive yourself for in this particular moment? What do you need to send some forgiveness to? Repeat after me. I'm open to forgiving myself for holding on to anger. I'm forgiving myself for fighting back, for acting defensively.
It's possible I'm just learning.
It's possible. Just
I forgive myself for feeling so troubled by this.
forgive myself for feeling so troubled.
Now, is there anyone else that needs some forgiveness right now as well that might be involved in the conflict with you? Did someone do something, say something? If you've truly been wronged, you don't need to forgive anyone. Just see if forgiveness is possible for you right now. If you're not open to forgiving the people involved, then tell yourself out loud, I forgive myself for not being able to forgive those involved. And repeating, I feel so troubled. That's the reason why I don't know what to do about this. I'm open to letting it go, but I don't want to let it go. I'm afraid to resolve it with them. I'm afraid to resolve the situation. I might not get heard. I forgive myself for not knowing how to move forward. Now, tapping along the eyebrows, and repeat after me. It's possible I'm worthy of peace, no matter how much I've been struggling with this. No matter how hurt I feel, no matter how confused, it's possible I'm worthy of peace. I really want to have some peace around this, but I can't let it go. I'm never going to let this situation go. Now feel what it feels like to really hold on to it, never letting it go. Hold on to it for as long as you want. Feel the intensity of that, the hardness of that. And saying after me, part of me wants to feel free. Part of me wants to feel peace. And I'm not feeling peace holding on to this. Holding on to this is taking away my peace. Tapping the temples now. Tune into holding on to it. How struggling with it is actually what's taking away the peace. And the peace is what you really want. The harmony, the love, the presence is what you really want in this situation. So, is it possible, if you let go of the struggle around it and just let it rest for a moment, that the peace might come in and you might get more clarity? Repeating after me, I'm open to letting go of the struggle between me and this person or this situation. I'm letting go of the conflict between us because I want to have more peace now. I'm done with the struggle. I've been struggling way too long with this. I'm ready to feel more peace now. I can have peace now. I can let it go just to get my life back, just to get my balance back. Tapping the cheekbones now, repeating after me. I'm ready to let it go. It doesn't make it right what happened. It doesn't make it right, the violation. But it just means that I want to move on, even if it means forgiving in this situation. I'm open to doing it because I'm worthy of peace. It's possible peace will help with a solution. It's possible peace will give me new strength. It's possible peace will make me stronger. It's possible peace will give me the clarity I need. And tapping above the lips. Now, does that sound right? When you have peace, do you feel stronger than when you have stress, conflict? Do you feel more alive and aligned with who you are when you have peace? Is it possible, if you choose peace instead of having all this conflict, that you might actually be able to find a better solution? And that's what you want, right? You want a solution. So if this feels right for you, repeat after me. It's possible peace can give me the solution. I'm ready to have my solution now. I'm ready to find my solution through peace. It's possible peace is the way. Peace could be my new solution. Tapping now below the lips. Imagine the conflict that you've been coming up against. Just imagine yourself now feeling totally zen, totally peaceful and relaxed while that's taking place. And let's just use that as an imaginary idea for now. You're in that conflict, but while you see yourself in that conflict, you are feeling peace. What happens to you and what happens to your experience? The way you're communicating your challenges, how does it transform the situation when you're allowing peace to come through your being in that challenge or in that conflict? How does it change it? Does it change your relationships? Does it change how you show up in that? Does it change how you even perceive it when you allow the embodiment of peace to guide you? Now, tapping below the collarbones once again, see yourself in your own situation right now. I want you to feel what that feels like when you allow that to guide you. Really paint a picture in your mind. Where are you in your conflict? What is happening? How does it feel in your body when you're allowing the embodiment of peace to move through you in that area? Now, really lean into it. Feel as if it's happening in your body. And say to yourself, I am ready to have this peace now. So feel into that situation right now. As peace is taking place in the situation, what's going on in your mind? What are you seeing? What are you perceiving now? And what's the message that peace wants to tell you at this moment about this particular challenge? Is peace giving you a message? Is how you feel in your body giving you a message? If yes, then say it out loud. What is that message?
You deserve to be heard.
I want you to really feel it in your whole being right now. What is peace telling you to do? Or what is it telling you to bring to life? And slow the tapping and place your hands over your heart, repeating after me. I'm receiving this for my own peace now. It feels really good inside. I love and deeply accept myself. I am worthy of this peace. I'm worthy of a peaceful life. I'm worthy of bringing peace to all of my challenges. It's possible my peace can help others. Now, how can your peace help others? Because sometimes other people aren't peaceful and we feel like we're going to be the same, right? But if we bring peace to the situation, even when others aren't peaceful, do you think that that can help them and help the whole transformation of the whole situation? Say it to yourself. Affirm this message of peace. I can bring peace to my whole life now. I'm bringing peace to my life. And just imagine one last time a big wave of peace being offered to everyone in your life, all your relationships, all of the things that are happening. Imagine a big blanket of peace coming up through your being, a big wave of peace blessing all of your life. And remember the messages of peace you're getting and say a few affirmations out loud about what peace does for you, how it feels. Peace feels really good. Peace feels really opening. Peace feels light. Peace feels what? What does peace feel like for you? I want you to name it out loud. Peace feels. And just enjoy that feeling, that blanket of peace. Sit with it for as long as you like. And when you're ready, bring that peace with you into the rest of your day.
All right, coming back. Everybody, this is Stitch. Stitch was actually present when I recorded a lot of Empowered Pain Mastery. He's not my dog, he's my friend's dog, and we look after him a fair bit. This is kind of his second home. Stitch the dog. He's a great snuggler, and he helps me to feel very peaceful. Are you feeling peace, Stitch? Hey? Stitch might feel more peaceful with a WALK, which needs to happen soon. So, anyways, I hope that that practice helps to bring some peace to you and any internal conflict that you have, or any conflict you have with people who you really care about and you really feel the relationships are important to you. It happens, people aren't always going to understand where we're at and what we're going through, and they don't need to totally understand it. They do need to know what our needs are and what they can do to help us. Because if they love us, they'll be there for that. So I hope this was helpful. And please let me know. Send me questions, send me comments.